one JSAT only or what?
Yes, Your Honor. One will be JSAT and the DWI will be probation.
That's correct, Judge.
Okay. I see 3 cases though. There's unlawfully carrying also.
Your Honor, I believe case 655-699 will be TIC'd. I just have to double check. I'm not sure if the felony courts are doing that or if I will be doing that today.
Yes, that will be TIC'd as part of the agreement in her felony case, Judge.
Okay, so that'll be TIC'd.
And that was 655-699?
Right.
Yes, that's.
Then we have 647-981, the UCW.
Yes,
That
sir.
will-
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say that will be the judgment satisfied plea.
JSAT. And the DWI is probation.
Yes, Judge.
Straight up probation.
Straight probation.
And is that the original charge?
Yes, DWI.
All right. Are we ready, Patty?
Which one did you want to hear first, Judge?
Well, we'll take them in order of numerical order.
Okay, sir. Yes, I'm ready.
At this time, the court calls case number 647-981, State of Texas versus Tarika Lynn Bentley. Ms. Bentley, there you are. Would you please raise your right hand? You solemnly swear that in this proceeding, the information and responses you submit will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. You may put your hand down. Ms. Bentley, this charge is a charge of unlawfully carrying a weapon. Before we go further, and in fact, this will apply to all 3 cases, although the 659, 699 is my understanding will be dismissed, taken in consideration in a felony case. In 647-981, as well as 652-160, you have certain constitutional rights and protections. For the record, 652-160 is DWI. On both cases, you have individually the right to remain silent. That means that you do not have to make any kind of statement. You don't have to answer questions, and you don't have to submit paperwork that has your signature, especially papers that admit or confess to wrongdoing. Do you understand you have the right to remain silent on each individual case?
Yes, sir.
You also have the right to a jury trial in each individual case. That's where you and your attorney and the state's attorneys would select from a jury panel 6 people who would hear the evidence and decide whether you're guilty or not guilty on each case. Do you understand you have a right to a jury trial on each case?
Yes.
All right. You also have the right to confront or question witnesses. That means you could cross-examine them, question them, challenge them, if they testified and if you had a trial. That's called the right to confront witnesses. Do you understand you have that right in each case?
Yes.
You also have the right to appeal. Each individual case, at the end of the case, you can, you and your attorney, or you by yourself, or your attorney by himself, can demand that a higher court review the official record, the evidence in this case, for whatever reason or challenge you wanted to make. That's basically called the right of appeal. It applies to every case. Is that clear? Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You and the state individually have the right to demand that this hearing be held in open public courtroom, County Court of Law number 5. That right belongs to you and to the state individually. Because of the COVID pandemic, we're not doing that right now. We're doing what's called video conference. That's how our proceeding is being done. That video conference is being shown on YouTube on these cases. They show you, a court, everybody that's participating. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, all these rights that we've just talked about verbally, you're giving those up when you enter into a plea agreement and enter a plea. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You have any question about that?
No, sir.
All right, now I'm going to show you some papers. And these papers, these documents at the top will always start, well, in most of these documents, there are perhaps one or two exceptions. They have what I call identifying information. It has at the top cause number 647-981. That's the unlawfully carrying a weapon. Then there's 652-160, which is the DWI charge. These identifying information will be repeated each time. Then below that identifying information, it has the title of the particular document. This one says state's consent to video conference. I just talked to you about that, having it in public courtroom. Caitlin Morgan has signed a document saying that the state agrees to the video conference. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
That's on 647-981. There's also one on 652-160. You're aware of both of the sets of documents?
Yes.
All right. Now, the document you're being showed now, and it will apply, this one is 647-981. It will also apply to 652-160. This document is called Discovery Acknowledgement. The very first line there says, pursuant to Article 39.14 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. What that means is that the state of Texas has a law that requires the prosecutors, the state's attorneys, to turn over to you or make available to you all of the information and evidence required by law so that you and your attorney in each case can make a informed and intelligent decision. You understand that that's what this document says, and it is signed by the state attorney and your attorney saying that this law has been obeyed, that they've made or given you access to all the information you needed. Did you see and understand that?
Yes.
All right. Now, the next document is yours. This is where you say to the world, this document says you are consenting to the video conference and not demanding that this be done in open court. Is that understood?
Yes.
All right. Now, I noticed here that it says it refers to you as Tarika Lynn de la Torre and in parentheses Bentley. Are you that one same person?
Yes.
Okay. The next document now is what's called a defendant's waiver of constitutional rights and court's admonitions. This one at the very top, again, repeats the identifying information. And this is the same document or the same document with different information applies in 647-981 and 652-160. You understand that?
Yes.
All right. This document has the same identifying information. Then it has the title. Then below that, it has 3 individual sentences. It says you don't need me to read the papers to you that accuse you because you know and understand that you were charged with unlawfully carrying a weapon in this particular case and in 647-981. And then it says that you're going to plead guilty to unlawfully carrying a weapon. Now, the rest of the document is essentially divided into 15 numbered divisions or sections. The very first one, this number 1, is regarding the range of punishment, how you can be punished for this crime. This one has a stack of little boxes, and next to each one is a different kind of sentence range. The one that's check marked for you here is Class A. It's a higher level of misdemeanor. You can be fined $0 to $4,000, and you can be placed in jail from 0 days, no jail, all the way to 1 year in jail. Do you see that before you?
Yes.
Now, this document, did you read it carefully with your attorney and understand all of it?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about it?
No, sir.
Now, number two, I want you, we're going to go back to number two. I want you to read it out loud for me. Do you see it?
Yes.
Read
I
it for me.
understand. I understand I have a right to a jury trial, a right to cross-examine of witnesses, and a right to remain silent. I freely and voluntarily waive those rights.
All right. Now, you said you read this with your client, with your attorney's help.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about any of these paragraphs or the numbered sections?
No, sir.
I have a couple of things to address. Have you ever had any mental health issues or problems?
No.
All right.
Just the anxiety and depression. That's it.
Do you take medication for that?
I take Zoloft.
Are you under does Zoloft affect you so that you don't in any way know what you're doing or that can get confused?
Oh, no.
All right. Are you taking it right now?
No, sir.
Okay. Number 6, I just want to emphasize to you that the deal you're making with the state as the judge, it does not bind me, and I have the authority and the responsibility to either accept or reject it. If I reject your deal outright, or if I give you a sentence or punishment within the proper range, but heavier than what you agreed to, the law would allow you to start all over again, and nothing you've said or signed would be used against you. Did you know and understand that?
Yes, sir.
Number 8, where were you born, ma'am?
In the United States.
Okay, that makes you a U.S. citizen. Some of the rest of the paragraphs you will apply to you, some do not. But I understand that you're telling me you have read all of these or had them read to you, including number 15, which says you have a right to a risk and needs assessment. In other words, a study regarding your own personal situation. But you're telling me by signing this document with the help of your lawyer, you don't need me to do that risk and needs assessment. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, the next document, then here I certify to you the right of appeal. It's got, again, the identifying information. And the 5th box, it has a check mark. It says this is a plea bargain case and the defendant has no right of appeal. That'll apply to both cases, 647-981 and 652-160. Do you understand that is a certification from me to you?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, the next document will be a application for probation. Was there going to be one of these JSAT?
Yes, Your Honor.
Which one?
The unlawful carry of a weapon is the JSAT case.
Okay. And the DWI is going to be a probation, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In reference to case number 647-981, the unlawfully carrying a weapon. If you look at this document, it's called a plea agreement. It identifies you and the case number. It does not show the court number, but that's not, but do you see that's a little bit different from the others? Hello?
Yes, sir.
All right. the first two boxes are check marked, and particularly the defendant is a U.S. citizen. Then the next section has 5 boxes that are vertically stacked up. They all talk about different rights and protections that you have. Did you carefully mark all these and understand what you were saying?
Yes.
All right. The charge is unlawfully carrying a weapon. I hereby order you to appear in the offices of County Court Alarm number 5. I want you to,
Your Honor,
yes,
a previous document showed that she was going to plead guilty. This one is showing no low contendere.
okay. Mr. Navy,
Yes, Judge.
that's going to be changed to a guilty plea. Is that correct?
That's correct, Judge. That's what my client and I spoke about.
All right. Then, Ms. Bentley,
Yes, sir.
I order you to appear in County Court of Law number 5 offices within 7 days of today. You need to have your thumbprint placed on the documents that are required by law. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. To the charge of unlawfully carrying a weapon, how do you plead, ma'am?
Guilty.
Very good. All right. Based on your plea and the evidence, I find you guilty. You are sentenced to 7 days in Bexar County Jail. 0 fine and 0 costs. You are granted credit for time served, time and money to run concurrently. The court finds that you have satisfied this judgment, and therefore, on case number 647981, you owe nothing further to the state of Texas or to this court. On 647981, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Very good. Pardon me, Mr. Navy, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
And Ms. Morgan?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
All right. Now, the court will proceed on 652160. We have substantially done this already. Patricia, will you put the papers on?
Yes, Your Honor.
On 652160, the charge is DWI. Ms. Bentley.
Yes.
I can hardly see you, ma'am. There you go. That's better lighting. Thank you. I mentioned to you before, and I'll repeat very quickly, you have the right to remain silent. You have the right to a jury trial. You have the right to confront witnesses. You have the right of appeal, and you have the right to a public hearing in the courtroom. Did you, we just discussed those a moment ago on the previous case. These are the same rights. Do you have any questions about these?
No, sir.
And you are giving up these rights by entering this plea. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. Now, this is the document, the first one with that I've mentioned earlier. Yeah, the state has the right to the public hearing also. And what's happening here is that this document is the one where they consent to the video conference instead of the open public courtroom hearing. You're aware of this document on this particular case, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Then the next document is the discovery acknowledgement. That's the Article 39.14 Code of Criminal Procedure, where your attorney and the state's attorney are making clear that the law 39.14 has been obeyed. And the following document is your document where you agree and understand that this is a video conference on YouTube, but that you have the right to demand it be done on the public courtroom. And you agreed.
If you get a chance, give County Court 5 a call to talk to Patty.
Hello.
I muted her, Judge.
Okay. All right. So In this particular case, Ms. Bentley, we have a charge of DWI. You were charged with DWI. You're going to plead nolo contendere to driving while intoxicated. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. This is the document, defendant's waiver of constitutional rights of court's admonitions. It's the same document that we had earlier, but it was on the previous charge and previous numbers. This particular one, the first of the 15 divisions or sections, the very first one is the range of punishment, and the very first box is DWI first, which is obviously what you're going to plead nolo contendere to. The range of punishment is a fine from $0 to $2,000 in jail, from 72 hours to 180 days in jail. Now, you've read number 2 to me before. You do know and understand what it says in this case. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
All right. Nolo contendere, you're pleading that because after considering your legal situation, the evidence, the information, and your attorney's advice, it's the best thing for you to do. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Number 6, again, you know that the deal you make has to be approved by me. Is that clear?
Yes.
All right. And you're still a U.S. citizen. That didn't change. Number 8. And on down, all these 15 different divisions or sections, you're aware of the same information in this particular case. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. This has been signed by you and your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then we have in 652160, my certification to you and your client that this is a plea bargain case and the defendant has no right of appeal. Was that understood, Ms. Bentley?
Yes, sir.
Already. In the next page, you are applying for probation.
Yes.
Somebody not a happy camper. Who's that?
My 2-year-old.
Oh, okay.
Caitlin.
Is that a boy? Is that a little boy or a little girl?
Yeah, he's a little boy.
All right.
Your Honor, I don't have the paperwork for the application for
Probation. Okay.
Caitlin.
Patty, 1 second. I don't know if it sent this morning. When I sent the new paperwork, I may have not, since the plea changed this morning, I may have not fully sent that one. Let me just check.
Yeah, I don't think we received an application. I apologize too. I could have got that.
Well, without an application, we're going to have to maybe recall this after lunch and get you guys to finish that up.
Your Honor, the reason I don't have anything scheduled after lunch is because Miss Luna is not available. She's going to be having her computer worked on.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm gonna have to go down to probation, and get my computer fixed. I can see who can, cover for me while I'm out, but it's gonna take about 2 hours, is what I hear. And that's not even my
Alright.
drive there, my drive back, so it'll be about maybe 4 hours total.
All right, then what we'll do is we'll recall this tomorrow, finish it up.
Okay.
We can't do this without the appropriate application for probation. All right,
All
understood?
right, thank you, Your Honor. Yes.
Patricia, what time's available for us to put them in? Hello?
10:30, Judge.
All right, then Mr. Navy, can you be available at 10:30?
I can, Judge. Yes.
All right, and Ms. Bentley, can you be available at 10:30?
Yes, sir.
All right, then you're ordered to return at 10:30 tomorrow on our system, okay? We'll wrap that up. Now, at this time, the court will find that case number 655-699 is being taken in consideration by felony court. Which one is it, Mr. Navy?
The 437th District Court, Judge.
All right. Then the 437th was that done today?
It's going to be done immediately once we're done logging off of this Zoom. We're going to head over to that one and do that before noon.
If
All
Mr.
right.
Navy, I just sent the paperwork. I apologize about that.
Okay, no worries.
Give me that again.
She just sent the application for probation, so I'm going to sign that right now. I know that we're scheduled to come back tomorrow, but
Well, if it's already in existence, let's wrap it up then.
okay, I
Can
can.
that be done, Patty?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, well, let's do it.
Okay, let me just sign real quick, Judge, and my client's
All right.
already signed a number of these, so she can sign it really quickly once I'm done right now.
Well, let's get her done.
Sounds good.
Judge, I'm going to stop YouTube so that you can address Ms. Pollock.
Okay.